Well, ahead of the big match, the Carabao Cup final between Liverpool Football Club and Newcastle, let's just jump into some of the things that I think we will see. And this is going to be a fantastic one, especially for Liverpool under Arne Slot. They would want to secure some silverware. But then again, Newcastle are going to want to end their drought, which saw them last win a domestic cup in 1955. That was the FA Cup that they took back then. Now, very, very interesting in this particular match coming up later today. I think Liverpool are going to want to push really hard for this, especially having crashed out of the Champions League. They definitely going to want some domestic silverware because I think they've pivoted over that way, and that's where the focus is now, on winning what's left of the domestic competitions, and they don't want to squander any of these opportunities that lay ahead of them. So I definitely think we're going to see a very poised Liverpool, a Liverpool that's ready to go out there and make the most of this competition because they want that piece of silverware. I think they are going to be playing their hearts out. Now, that's not to say that Newcastle aren't going to be doing the same. Well, after a 70-year drought, I think Eddie Howe's team really want to come here and change that narrative. After 70 years of not winning any domestic competition, they are definitely focused and poised to come to Wembley and take this momentous opportunity away from Liverpool and, of course, add to their trophy tally. And I think that's what's going to make this one very exciting for both teams, and I think especially for fans, it's going to be an exciting one to behold. And I'm definitely excited for what's coming up at 6:30 South African time. And so definitely going or ending the weekend on a very high note, come whatever result, and we'll get to that in a moment. But there are some things that we really need to consider and think about in this particular match. And now, looking at some of the injuries that are there for Liverpool, Trent Alexander-Arnold perhaps out with that ankle injury. I know it was a big scare, and Liverpool will have to want to nurse that as carefully as they can as we lead up to the end of the season. Liverpool really still wanting to make sure that they can capitalize on every game in the Premier League. And just keeping in mind that Liverpool has won the Champions League, my apologies, the Premier League with the most games still to play, and I think they want a repeat of that, and so they're going to want to be careful with all of their vital players. But in this particular match, I don't think we'll see Trent Alexander-Arnold. He'll be out for this one. On the side of Newcastle, they've got several players out injured, and it is a bit of a concern. Sven Botman is out injured. Is it Hall? He's out injured as well. And so, yeah, a massive concern for Newcastle. In addition to Sven Botman and Lewis Hall being out injured, there's also Anthony Gordon, who is suspended for this match. So quite a number of missing players for Newcastle. Now, one of the things that I'm going to be keeping an eye out for, or a keen eye out for, is going to be the battle between Alexander Isak and Virgil van Dijk. Isak has been phenomenal, scoring 22 goals so far this season. So he is going to want to be right up in Virgil van Dijk's face, trying to get around him and making sure that he is in the goalkeeper's face and in front of Liverpool's goal all the time. So it's going to be a massive deal, and I think it's something that we're all going to want to keep an eye out for. It's going to be very exciting. On Liverpool's side, of course, Mo Salah with his pace, and I think we'll see Darwin Núñez with his aggression. He's really been dominant for Liverpool of late, coming in and really just laying down the law thick against defenders. Darwin Núñez is, and I think he intimidates a lot of them, and that is always a good thing for a striker to have, and it opens up these pockets of opportunity for players like Mo Salah, Jota, or even Luis Diaz to get in closer to goal. And of course, every now and again, Darwin Núñez looking very dangerous with those powerful strikes of his. So whether you're cheering for the Reds or whether you're cheering for the Magpies, you know that this is going to be a very, very exciting match. And who's your money on? Who do you think is going to take this one? What do you think the score is going to be? Drop that in the comments. And if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button, give us a like, and share this with all football enthusiasts. And until the next one, remember, you'll never walk alone.